trading, it's almost like being a professional athlete. There's a preparation process. You have to. If you ignore that preparation process, you will face the consequences down the line as others who do prepare consistently beat you at the game. And as I was saying, in football, you've got different mindsets for the players. On the other hand, when you look at, let's say, basketball players, baseball players, some of these other sports, the athlete that is trying to score, is trying to play offense, he's got to play defense too. So this individual has to constantly transition from offense to defense. And in a nutshell, that's kind of what you are. You're kind of the athlete that you've got to always be thinking, you're transitioning from offense to defense. Because every time the ball gets turned over, you become an offensive player, and then you become a defensive player. And so, trying to play those two and having a mindset to prepare yourself for that, that's really the difficult part about the business. So if you look at any teams that normally win championships, it's always about defense. And you guys have heard me talk about this, but again, I'm just saying it because we got some new people in the room here, and they've asked some questions. Defense is what wins championships, period. Doesn't matter how good your offense. It doesn't matter if you score 100 points, but your defense allowed the other team to score 102. Guess what? You lost the game. So, if you scored 1,000 points, but your defense allowed the other team to score, 1,200, again, you lost the game. So you've got to learn that if you're going to be successful in the long run, it's about building your defense first, period. That's the only way you're going to be a championship player. You've got to have a defense that, if it's going to be a high-scoring game, it better be a high-scoring game that your defense holds the other team to less points than you make. If it's going to be a low-scoring game, then again, same thing. You better have your defense allow less points to be scored than the offense of the other team will score against you. What we try to, again, teach you here is day in and day out is to have that philosophy, that mindset that it's about defense. If my defense allows the other team to score, but and again, I'm going to use football only because when you score, there's different points that you get depending on how you score. If you score a touchdown, you get 6 points. Ideally, a good defense will not allow you to score 6 points, if any at all. But if you have to score, I'd rather you score 3 points than you score 6 points on it. Because then if you score 6, guess what? Now I've got to give you a bonus, which is another point, which is 7 points. So in my mind, if you're going to score, I want to give up 3 points, and that's, again, what we're trying to do here all the time with our trading. Notice, again, in what we just did now in our exercise, in a market that I said we should not be in, and we shouldn't be trading live because it's very unpredictable. Notice every time that I did take positions in there, it was all about constantly, if you were going to score, if they were going to score against me, they were going to score very few points. And the idea was that I could be able to, slowly score those points back against them, and eventually maybe even score more. So again, I win the game. And again, on the practice account, I didn't demonstrate that very well because, again, I started trading live, and when I was focused on the live account, and my live account, again, that's what I did. I scored enough points to win the game. Now, because guess what? I'm in control of time. They don't control the time. That's the other nice thing about what we do. When you play a game, you've got 4 quarters to play. While there's still time, you've got to play. In our case here, you select the time. So if I decided that 4 quarters were done 10 minutes ago, so be it. The bottom line is, as soon as I'm up and I decide, enough is enough, I shut the game down. And that's basically what I did. Again, always defense. So the mindset here is to try to get you to think defensively first, and then, slowly let your offense build. But if your defense is a strong one, eventually your offense will come alive, and it'll start scoring, more than the other team scores against you, and you're going to start seeing a lot of victories go your way. Again, just wanted to cover that.